Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. And let's get right to it. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. That's from Desmond Tutu. I feel that this is extremely important today. There's a lot of struggle going on in the world. There's opportunities for us to easily be overwhelmed by the difficulties, the news we hear, feelings that things are just going in directions that just feel terrible. There's constant division and talk of how things should be and how things once were. And this quote from Desmond Tutu is a reminder to me that throughout history, there has been struggles, there has been wars, there has been genocide, there has been governments changing. We've had all types of pandemics and tragedies. And through it all, it's the people who show up and care that are always making a difference, that always bring healing in challenging times, that restore our core values of care, of kindness. Those little bits of good can overcome differences of opinions and different views. When people are injured, we don't ask them what their spirituality or political background is. We help them. That's within us to do our bits of good wherever we are to whomever we are engaged with. And that's how we overwhelm the world. There was a period of time where I taught for years at a low income high school, North Long Beach, right on the border of Compton. And, a lot of people just hearing that go, "That must have been a tough school." But, it was actually a bunch of young teenagers who want to have a life and want to have some opportunity to show up and build a career and have kids and be safe. And I've also worked with some very wealthy people. I actually live not too far from Aspen, Colorado, and worked with people of great resources and some of their teenagers as well. And guess what? They struggle with emotions and fears and insecurities. At the core, whether it's someone's race, their spirituality, their belief system, I've found that they want to be healthy, they want to be well, they care about their kids, care about education. The values underneath our views, we'll find are very similar. The way to get there, we see very differently based on how we're raised and what our experiences were, what news we get. But the way to really heal, to bring flourishing in this country and in the world that we live in generally, is to relate based on our values, based on a recognition that that other person who thinks very different than me may actually have some of the same values as me, and it makes sense to them what they're doing based on how they were raised, what conditioning they've had, what experience they've had in their life, what culture and news that they have experienced in their way of growing up. I grew up differently, maybe, in very different experiences. That's all. Somebody's born in a different family, different neighborhood, different state. They may very well have the same values, just a different experience in life. But we don't heal by labeling them and pointing fingers and not building a bridge of understanding. People will listen when we recognize their value, and we can learn as well. So let's do our little bit of good where we are, with whom we are with, not in rage and anger, but in understanding and skillful action, and see what we can do that might be helpful instead of hurtful. I think that's an important way to engage in the world today.